just noticed my matrix there. That was totally weird. Some coffee on. Yeah, there we go. I'm back. I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. I experienced some sort of glitch in the matrix. I don't know what happened. I just noticed, I was like, my timer's not running. So who knows? Who knows? That was flipping weird, though. I was just like carrying on like my stream was still running. I had no idea. And then I looked up and I was like, I don't see the seconds ticking off. I was like, they're not going. It's not going. So that's weird. That's weird. But, you know, I don't get bent out of shape when stuff like that happens, because it's like, it's awesome that this can happen in the first place. Like, it's awesome to be able to just press a button and do this. So, you know, I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. When I would stream games, if that happened, a lot of times, like, I'd get on and then my last video would be still, like, processing on YouTube, and I couldn't really do it. But with this, it doesn't seem to give me so much of a problem. When it's Playroom, I think it's, like, easy on the system. So, yeah, that was totally weird. But I guess it just happens. That most likely was like something on my end. You know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. You know, I guess, you know, you're going to do anything like this, you got to expect some weird shit to happen, huh? It's going to happen. It's going to be weird. You can pretty much be guaranteed of that. It's going to be weird. I don't know. But yeah, I got it going again. I'm back. You know, you got the magic little button there. That's all you got to do. You just got to press the magic little button. You come back. It's no big deal. Yep. I just hope, you know, I hope you're getting good reception. I hope it's working well. Hey, dude. What's up? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You got it back working?
Yeah, I got it going on again. Yeah, I got over the glitch in the Matrix. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Stay safely off camera. Yeah. I love it. I love it. How are you, dude?
Swerving. Doing
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
I'm sad.
That's David, everybody. You look good, though. You look really good.
Okay. That's much clearer on your screen. My screen, boy. Even the full screen, I can't read the comments.
Oh,
So
really? You can't read the other. You can't read the other comments. Oh, I see. You usually watch on your phone.
Does it have 2 people are watching? Is that what that says?
Yeah, but see, that's not fully accurate. You can't ever think.
Well, I was the only one on it that said 1. That was accurate at that moment.
Well, but there could be other people watching on other venues that don't show up on that counter.
What?
Yeah, you can watch it on a bunch of different
people
things,
that we don't know are watching.
Yeah, there could be people that you don't see
on the internet.
So I mean, that's
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's like a vague counter. Yeah, but it's not perfect. It's not.
I wasn't
perfect,
prepared for this.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be close. You know,
people on the internet
it's going to be
watch this.
It can be off by one or 2 people too. Yeah, it's not perfect.
New phone.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before where it shows that I have 0 people watching, but I'm still getting comments.
This is cool because it's like a mirror this way.
Yeah, no, I like it like this better because like
there you are.
This is like you're not in the real world, you know.
Oh, see, there's
it makes it way more fun. There you are. You're right there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just talking about how it's like
right there, man. You're right there. That's pretty meta. That's totally meta. Yeah, but I don't know what happened. I just like looked up and noticed my counter wasn't going, and I was like,
"Yeah,
dude, my counter stopped at some point in time."
Interesting. No.
Yeah, it was probably my internet. Like, there you go. Yeah, but also like at some point in time too, I'll upgrade to the more high definition internet connection. You know, pretty soon we're going to be making some changes around here. Yeah, that's funny. There's like a slight delay.
Yeah, that's funny.
There on your phone. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gotta turn that down.
If they could see me now, I think they can.
This actually goes on your screen really soon. It's just I don't see it.
Right, because of the delay. Yeah, but it's pretty much as soon as you type it, it'll pop it on.
That's nice to know. But from my point of view, it's like then you respond and you give me a question, and I'm like.
Right.
And you're still waiting for the answer. And I'm still waiting for you to see it.
And it's going to take about...
By the time the answer gets to you,
it's going to take about 45 seconds.
52?
Yeah, well, that's why, like, if I'm under the influence of alcohol, it gets really difficult, actually.
3 or 4 conversations going. One guy's talking about World War II. I'm trying to distract you with pie recipes and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and if I got Swerve in the mix, man, I mean, forget about it.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Knocking beer cans off my head and what have you.
Why not?
I know. It's fun. It's really fun. That's cool. You got to get out tonight, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So I can assume that this isn't Jackie, huh? I know that you're not Jackie.
Did I spell that right?
Dude, I'd have. Hey, look at that! Look who it is.
What?
J-Dog, dude, the big finisher. What about the influence of Scissorp?
Actually, what's funny is I can see
the 3.6, man.
You know what would work really well, dude? Is I could see his tech. I saw his pop up real quick.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Down here, but not up here.
Right.
So you could actually respond quicker to people if you had a little live feed of the text on the side.
And I can do that on my tablet, definitely.
No, actually, never mind.
I can do that on my tablet. How are you, Julian? How are things down in TJ, man? I'm glad you found me. I've got video phone technology here.
Yeah, it just.
So the scissorps influenced me.
Ooh. I wonder if I brought up the feed.
It's gotta be the Robitussin DM though, man. That's how it's gotta be. It's good to hear from you, Julian. I'll bet it's hot. I'll bet it's hot down there, man. Holy shit. How the fuck can you guys see my pop-up from Mexico? You know it. We just know. It's psychic connection, yeah, down there. I know it. It's I can see it rising in those Chicago Bears pajama pants. Oh man. Go Bears, eh? See, now my text is getting scrambled a little bit. Yeah. The influence of scissor. What about what's the epic rap battle for tonight, Julian? Who's tonight's rap battle going to be? What is the Tony Hawk of epic rap battling going to be? You're having fun over there with this. That's
I'm
great.
trying to figure out how to possibly do a. It would take a while. I'd have to hold it up for quite a while, but do like the infinite.
Oh right, if it's up to the right. There's so much glare. Yeah.
This light source.
These cameras are actually cool because see how it has two.
Yeah.
It's made for 3D.
It can take in.
It can take in 3D. So like, it's actually a pretty sweet camera. Yeah, it'd be good for like. Well, you've got to have this.
I'd have to have it.
You've got to have this to like have the VR. You know, you've got to have that camera, and then you get the VR goggles, and it picks you up. Yeah, it picks up the light. So.
Neat.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. If you have a PlayStation 4 and you don't have a camera, get a camera. It's fun to have. You can do this. You could not do this and still have fun.
And you're talking about the 3D now, so took that long.
Right. Yes, I knew that there was a little bit of delay on it. I mean, you're going to have to expect that, you know.
Oh, goodness.
Right? I know, pretty fun.
Yeah, well, I got new phone.
I wish this wasn't all jumbled. I can't read these.
Yeah, it's because it didn't scroll up. It like typed another one across.
Yeah, it got confused.
So what I could do is I could.
It just got confused.
It says leprosy images versus. The man called Sting.
Leprosy images versus the man called Sting. Dude, I would vote for the Stinger there. You know I loved the Stinger. I've been to some cool wrestling shows with Julian Eaton. That's for sure. I'm gonna freshen up my coffee here.
You should see what he's doing. He's just fresh. Oh goodness! Oh, I can't watch. He's not doing anything. Do you remember Super Porky?
I do remember Super Porky. Dude, Super Porky was the best, man. Super Porky was the best. That show was really awesome.
Super Porky's Revenge.
I mean,
I don't get the reference. I'm not in the loop on such things.
We went to see wrestling in Tijuana one time. Yeah, we went to see pro wrestling in Tijuana one time, and Super Porky was this wrestler that was on the bill, and he was this big fat dude, of course. And he came out, and everybody was like, psyched. They were like, Porky, 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 and then he just like gets his ass kicked and gets thrown out. It was really funny. But we saw like Psychosis and Rey Mysterio and Halloween and all sorts of like cool luchadors there. There's a great new lucha doc. Oh, is there really? Dude, I want to see that, man. Today I was watching like those Turkish movies where it's like Captain America and Spider-Man and Santo.
You changed your poster.
I did, yeah. Well, I got that poster. That's the show I was playing last night.
Ah.
Yeah, the Billy Nightshade Gizmo show.
And with the new...
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I can switch out my poster if I want to, you know. I got a little spot for that.
It doesn't have copyrights, right?
Right. But, man, that's a great... And actually, you can't see it from here, but that's like a laminated poster and stuff. It's not just like a paper flyer. I was like, oh, is it okay to take these? Like... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Dave, it was a good show.
Hey, just in case Peter Handshoe's out there, thanks for the phone. I got it working.
Thanks, Peter Handshoe.
I doubt one of these 7 people is Peter Handshoe, but you never know.
It could be. You could be. You never know.
Thanks.
How have you been? How have you been spending your time down there, man? What have your main activities been down in Mexico? I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you can comment. It's funny, isn't it? It's like just seeing yourself on reverse like that. You know, you can set it up in all sorts of different ways. Like,
yeah.
I've got another camera,
and you can shoot confetti at the screen.
I've got another camera. I could hook that camera up through my VCR, turn this setup around, like pull the couch back, put another table, and then have the camera backwards pointing at that TV with the image from the camera being on that TV. So then you'd get the floor model TV. I could stream like myself on the floor model TV, like on this. I'll do it that way. So
you'd see the knobs, but you couldn't do anything.
What?
You could see the knobs on the TV, but you couldn't turn them.
No, but it would. I would be
that would be true.
I would be on television. Because I'd still see this TV, but obviously you wouldn't. You don't see it now. But yeah, I have a television in front of me. He sees it. Yeah. Teaching, cat nannying, and eating. Dude, good. That is awesome.
How do you cat nanny? Does that mean you're like a live-in cat?
He's like helping people that don't know what to do with their cats. He's like a cat whisperer, right?
When the cats get
they don't know.
Incorrigible.
They send him to Julian, and he straightens the cat out. Yeah. He'll brush the cat's teeth, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen Julian eat and brush a feral cat's teeth. It's true. I also keep going back and watching that video of you getting the guitar smashed over your head. I love that. I watch it every day just to make myself smile. It's classic. It's on the Zombie Charm YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see this Lucha Libre doc, though, man. There was a like full-length feature starring Rey Mysterio Jr. that I watched. Hey Don, happy Pride to you, man. Happy Pride to you. One thing too, I was looking around at live streaming today, and I saw that people were like, just had their PlayStation camera out the window, and they were streaming the Pride parades in Seattle and stuff. I thought that was real cool. I stopped in and watched that a little bit. It was neat. It's neat. You can do all sorts of things with this, you know. You can just do whatever you want. It's like a utility.
To satisfy.
Yeah, it's like, why not? Splinternut, is that your dad?
I'm old enough to be his big brother.
Yeah. That's the more responsible. This is the more responsible version. But no, not my dad.
Too much wind in here.
Oh yeah, I got my fans going and stuff. I know, because I've just got the window unit air conditioner, so.
It's so cool today.
It was nice today.
Is it because of my big forehead that I look like a father? Well, I am a father.
I know, it's just you're clearly a dad.
I'm so dad.
He's so dad.
I dadded all day.
Yeah, but if you want to get rad with your dad, this is the dad to do it. That's for sure. Looks conservative. I don't. Looks can be deceptive. You know, where we live, you know.
I introduced this man to car surfing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I mean, he hangs out with me, doesn't he? Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah. I'm not wearing my dread wig. No,
Mm-hmm.
The dreaded dread wig. Oh, isn't a dread wig a type of bug? Okay, I'm just making shit up.
No, yeah, you guys know this is a wig, right? This isn't my real hair. Real people don't have real hair like this, man.
It's so real.
Dude, it really, when it's 96-degree weather and you have hair the consistency of cotton candy, it's like, the kid's returned his bike. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. He got his bike stolen, and they returned it. He got it back. That's so good to hear, man. Things like that, I love to hear it. Like, it gives you a little hope for the world, you know? That's cool. It's an electric bike. I rode around on it. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's a bit dangerous.
I wonder if that's why I get away with so much. I look conservative.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have done it. No one ever suspects
the butterfly. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you gotta do your thing. You've got to network with other people, like locally, you know. So you got to kind of look the part, you know.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, that's the
you end
thing.
up looking the part if you do the part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's gonna. If I had that hair, and I tried to do some of the work I do,
you could. You wouldn't. You get so much crap in your hair.
Your hair would be black, stained black.
Yeah, it would be.
Parts of my hair are stained black, and it's only 2 inches long. So.
But you couldn't drag this around under a car. No.
And I'm conservative. I turn the water off when I'm brushing.
It wasn't stolen. They're kids in the hood. I let them use it if they agree to endure an impromptu English lesson. Dude, that's cool too, man. Hey, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, you're a good neighbor to those kids, man. That's flippin' awesome.
And 90% of the time when people steal something, it's because they need it.
Yeah.
10% of the time, they're just jackasses.
Right.
You know?
I like it.
Pardon my language.
Either way, it's good you got your bike back.
Is FCC going to edit this?
Yeah, right. As long as there's no like nudity or like any acts of violence or anything. I mean, pretty much what I like about YouTube is anything goes.
Yeah.
You know, you can do whatever the fuck
Anything
you want.
goes and everything stays.
Yeah.
5 people.
I want to get a bad toupee with extensions. You should. You can just get the wig like this, where it looks like you're wearing the hat.
Get a bad
like
toupee with a rat tail extension.
I mean, I can also like put the hair up under a hat. Like if I had to do something where my hair was going to get exposed to a bunch of shit, like. But dude, sometimes I get in the shower and I think that I've like taken my hair down all the way. And then I'm like in the shower and I'm like pulling hair ties out of my hair. They're like in there.
That glow stick we used.
Yeah,
at the fair
dude.
last year.
I
found that for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer that my first stream got fucked up. It sucks to have to restart it.
Yeah.
I'm always bummed on that.
But it was like 10-15 minutes of it or something.
Yeah, usually like
he's gonna show his boobs tonight. You know it.
Dude.
The next time he needs to reach forward for something off his coffee
don't
table.
respond to his comments, dude. Don't say anything to anything that dude says. He's a ghost. What does what does Rapunzel pull from the drain? I don't know, Julian. What does Rapunzel pull from the drain? Tell me, Julian Eaton. I want to know. I want to know, sir. What does Rapunzel pull from the drain? What would it be? I don't know. Is it a toupee with bad extensions?
It could be. It could be a Plymouth Ferrari.
I thought about like going and dyeing it, and having
just dye one dread.
Having the girls. Yeah, I could dye a few of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, get some different colors in there.
To dye it, you know.
It's not a riddle. I was riffing off your hair story. I see. I see. Yeah, it's all a game. I mean, this is just another video game. You know, is the cool thing. Like,
watch this burst of.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that!
No, not my. Yeah. Oh no! Look at that! Oh!
That could be really bad.
It's all about perspective.
It'll be just like the old days. It will be just like the old days, dude. Dude, I want to come down there, man. I really do. If I had more money, like the problem for me is getting away. You know. Like I've got unfortunately things that I gotta do here, you know.
Daily responsibilities.
Yeah, it's always been the case for me, you know. And I'm able to escape. I'll be able to escape. I'll get down to Mexico one of these days. It'll happen. But I got things I gotta take care of here, you know. I got certain responsibilities. But it always will be just like the old days. I tell you, I was at that show last night. Everybody was, 10 or 20 years older than me. I was like, this is not my peer group. You know? I was like, I'm not around my peer group. Anytime, I had a daily responsibility once. I tied it to the end of my extension. Good plan, man. Yeah, it's hard, I definitely operate on a day-to-day basis. I have to say that, like if I'm not here, it's hard for me because I'm kind of a hub, so it's difficult. But people get used to it. I was able to have a month off to go on tour with Austin last year, and that was really cool. I mean, I wouldn't have traded that for anything in the world. It didn't work out so hot the second time I tried to go on the road with him, but
There were probably a few nights you would have traded it for something. The experience you would trade for the world.
The first night of that tour, we were in Louisville, and he played a great show in Louisville and everything. But then, like, we got to the place we were staying, and, like, everybody took up all the couch space, and there was nowhere to sleep. It was like a hardwood floor in the house, and there were dogs and stuff, so it was like dog hair and everything. I slept in the backyard, dude.
Oh, grass, there you go.
Yeah, I'd rather sleep like in the yard than in the stuffy van. I get too stuffy. I can't sleep like in a vehicle. I don't. It's hard for me.
Yeah, it is.
It's. I'm like, oh, jeez. Yeah, it kind of always sounds like a good idea.
It's funny the things people come up with.
Splinternut, are you a trust fund baby? Yeah.
VCR tapes.
With the VCR tapes. I'm a VCR magnate. Yeah. I'm not a baby. I'm not exactly a baby. He told me that. Austin visited Mexico for the first time ever in March. What's your final take on the lemon versus mango rap battle? Coconuts, man. Lime and coconuts. That's my take on it. You put the lime in the coconut, you shake it all up. You know, you put the lime in the coconut, you shake it all up.
Put them both together, make you feel better.
Drink it all together. Am I a trust fund baby?
Oh.
I am not a baby. I am no baby. I'm a bit old to be a baby. Yep.
I've had a few of those. Trust fund babies.
Man, I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Mexico.
Mexico. So there's a lamp back here that makes my hand glow. Whoa. It like lights up. That's kind of what lamps do, though.
Yeah, I gotta have it like backlit a little bit.
Yeah, I could tell it. It makes everything.
It helps.
Better.
I'm a make myself Patron margarita. Ooh,
Oh,
dude. Dude, he's living a dream down there. What's up, Bray Wyatt? How you doing? We're here. They're here. They're talking to me. The following player added a player to one of your groups, JK Torres 88. Huh.
Ooh.
Interesting. If your buddy took his glasses off, he would look like Potsy Weber from Happy Days. Isn't that funny?
No.
Potsy Weber. Yeah, remember Potsy on Happy Days?
This is why I should stay in the text. You guys are the lucky ones. You get to stay in that text and be like,
oh yeah,
what you
yeah.
look
Isn't
like?
that funny? Isn't that
Look
funny?
what you look like.
It's a funny game.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us how you look?
Yeah. Yeah.
Candid.
I know, you're all just text messages to me.
Yeah. This guy has a 5-letter name.
A Patron margarita. Man.
I seriously never think about the way I look.
Right?
I think about the way I smell. And I think about the way I feel.
Yeah, well,
and I think about the way I affect people.
Bray Wyatt, we're in the spirit world here. We're not. This isn't the real world. This is in no way the real world. So, that's totally subjective. I don't know if you're sending me stuff like I can't look at that until I'm off stream. I'm not going to interrupt stream to look at stuff. I can't do it. It's too much. That's too much for me.
Yeah.
Damn, I had something to say to Julian, and I totally forgot what it was.
You can put the camera over by the text. And that way when you're reading the text and talking to him, it looks like you're talking right to the camera. No, I'm just messing with you.
Right. I'm the eater of worlds. I'll tear your world apart. Do you?
That looks
cool. It's Galactus is here. Do you remember the soundtrack from the movie Twin Sitters? Was that starring the Barbarian Brothers? Was that one of those Twin Sitters? Didn't think Potsy was a bad thing.
Oh, well. I can barely remember what Potsy was.
It was starring the Barbarian Brothers. Check that out ASAP. I will, but I have to do it. I have to do it like when I'm off stream.
A lot of glare off my glasses, that's for sure.
Yeah, you get it. You get a bit of glare.
All my anti-glare has been worn off by chemicals.
Right. I love these because they turn into sunglasses. There's a rap where they brag about hair extensions, the Barbarian Brothers. Dude, I remember watching that movie, but it's been a long time. I don't remember that scene. It's a great picture. It's really funny. Cool. I'll check it out, Daniel Gleason. I will check it out when I get off stream here. Man, that sucks. I had something to say to Julian, and I just can't remember what it was.
Come on.
Hey, Daniel, I can't do it while I'm on stream, man. I'm not going to interrupt the stream to do it, so I'm just going to have to do it when I'm done. That's all there is to it. So thank you for sharing, but I gotta press the PlayStation button to do that, and I don't want to do it. Yeah, I had something I was gonna ask him, and then he said the thing about the margaritas, and it just threw me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had it on the tip of my tongue, and then I just totally got thrown off. Hey, the famous Jessica Rabbit has arrived. How are you, Jessica Rabbit? How's it going, Jessica Rabbit?
About the
Yeah.
lemon versus mango.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna.
Spark.
Yeah, because it didn't have anything to do with like anything he was saying. You know, I was like, oh, I should convey this to Julian, but I couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember. How's things in your neck of the woods, Jessica Rabbit? You are famous. She is famous.
This is my partner, man. Partner in crime. I haven't done any crime in probably 20 years.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. Man, I definitely had fun in Indy last night.
Oh, you're
That was a good time.
Melody again?
No, it was at State Street.
Oh, cool.
I'm all right. Bored, had to take care of some things, or would have signed on sooner. How are you tonight? I think I've met your friend. I think you have too, Jessica Rabbit. Maybe briefly, you know. Maybe we all hung out here for a little while at one point in time. I think we did.
I remember a point where she and I were relying on each other to deal with a drunk idiot that was here at the time. I can't remember who the drunk idiot was. But
No, no, it wasn't. You're thinking of a different person.
Different Jessica Rabbit. Different Jessica.
Yeah, you're thinking of a different
Not
person.
Not good friends with our friend, your old roommate.
No,
Okay.
no, I think you're
Different
thinking of
Jessica.
something else.
Oh,
Someone else. Yeah.
And what I was going off was like little bitty pictures.
You've met Jessica Rabbit, but just a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it isn't the person I was thinking.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Even the little picture on the thing looked somewhat like the person I thought it was. That's what threw me off.
I see. I see.
It's like a little picture like this big.
Right. Oh, it's tiny. Yeah.
Enough that it could have been. I think that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was last summer. Yes. It was last summer.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
Yeah, I think we all hung out over here and watched movies or something. But you don't get a lot of hanging out time, so.
No. I know I don't. This is
Yeah,
an odd
Dave
moment
doesn't
for
get a
me.
lot of hanging out time. Yeah. Boy, I went on late last night. That was unusual. Yeah, that's the bummer thing. I can see you, but you guys can't see me. Lol. I didn't know you could see my picture on your end. On his phone, he can.
Like when I'm watching on YouTube and I'm typing the comments, and the other comments have either a letter or a picture of somebody, and it's like a picture of a person.
Yeah, like you can see it on YouTube. I could like pick up my tablet and I could see all that. I could see everybody's little pictures and stuff. But
I don't have a very big monitor, so.
yeah. And I don't like anything that has touchscreen. I don't give a damn about touchscreen. I just hate it. Yes, he is a cool guy. That's right. Everybody loves Dave. Everybody loves Dave.
Especially Patsy.
You know, it's funny. It's like, you know, anything anybody can say to me in a YouTube comment is like, whatever, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like people
I
can
am
say,
not
yeah.
upset about the Patsy
No,
comment.
I know.
Oh, it's just.
I know, it's funny.
They all look the same in my memory. You know?
Well, and usually it's Swerve sitting here next to me. So you're like night and day
Patsy.
compared to Swerve, you know. You know, Swerve's more like kind of look like a bum like me, but you look like a respectable person. That, like,
gee.
I know.
That's fine.
I know.
look respectable. I rarely look respected.
You're the Rodney Dangerfield of looking respectable. Jeez.
I get no respectable.
What was the name of that unwatchable, brilliant movie you screened? Gettled brought over when you visited. Oh, it was that Russian movie. What's it called? It's a Russian, like, New Year's movie. It's really, really trippy. It's really trippy. It's like a Russian, like, New Year's Christmas TV special. I think it's called the 13th Night. It's called the 13th Night, but it might be hard to find because you know, it's got a Russian title. I think it's called the 13th Night though. But you have to look. If you look on Getteld's YouTube page, it's probably under his liked videos or something he's posted.
What I changed out of before I came over was, like, most of my clothes had, like, grease splotches on it and stuff. And I was like, man, that is going to look
Right.
really funny on that grainy live stream that I've seen so many times.
Right.
Looked like I just ate a bunch of pizza
Right.
or something and got it on myself.
Well, I'm gonna do things to work out the graininess too. It's because of the kind of internet connection I have.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can actually get a clearer picture than that.
I can get a way clearer picture than that.
Usually it's the camera when I see those.
No, it's my
Effect.
it's my internet connection. I have to change up the style of internet connection I have. Yeah.
Bits per second.
Right. Yeah. I technically have the upload speed, but because of the nature of it, it does that graininess thing, and I hate it.
I had 5 fingers on my
I was
right hand.
thinking of the horror flick. Oh, the horror flick was maybe Return of the Blob, the sequel to the Blob. We watched that. I feel like I was drinking beer and stuff, so of course I don't exactly remember. Be Back Later, Cheese Whiz just made it to my colon.
I don't have like clean, unstained clothes that aren't kind of nice, because it's the kind of nice ones I'm going to avoid when I'm working. So if I wear something that's just not nasty, it's going to look like I dressed up.
I mean, I'm fine with just not looking like total piece of shit. Like, that's acceptable for me.
Yeah.
I stream enough to where I gotta be casual, you know?
Well, you're always getting the compliments and stuff. You know?
But yeah, it seems to work out for me. I think the trick is just be yourself. You know, be yourself, and it's gonna be fine. You know, if you want to affect change in the world, you just gotta be yourself. I
Are you
think
sure I can't be a dolphin?
you can be whatever you want.
But I'm
That's the
not a
beauty of
dolphin.
it. That's the beauty of it.
I could. No.
No, it was unwatchable. I love all things Blob. Unwatchable horror movie that we watched with Daniel. I don't remember. I've watched a few unwatchable horror movies with Daniel Gettle. If you can't be yourself, be Potsy Weber. Yeah, shut up, Potsy. Sit on it.
I wish I could remember any of his shtick. I remember a lot of everybody else.
Right. What's the Tony Hawk of iconoclastic casual men's fashion wear? I would say that the Tony Hawk of iconoclastic casual men's fashion wear would be khaki pants. Khaki pants. Like khakis, like
Tony Hawk.
The Tony Hawk of iconoclastic casual men's fashion is going to be khakis, second only to the polo shirt. The polo shirt, come on. If I saw myself in a polo shirt, I'd want to punch myself in the face. I just have to say that. Hello, Rub One Out Rosie. How are you tonight? Good to see you here again. I like how you replaced the Bjork poster in the back with last night's show.
Now, see,
yeah.
I noticed that right away too. But it's like, part of the set.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, there is an aspect of it, like, I actually do think about this a little bit before I press the button. There's actually like thinking that goes on before I broadcast.
How many times did you try to hang the Guam flag before you gave up that one night?
Yeah, I can get the Guam flag up there, but I don't want to struggle to do it.
Exactly.
I've got actually more ideas for shows that I'm gonna do in the future. So I'll do some wacky stuff, definitely. Like I'm working on that. But for the most part, I like that for this to be like straightforward, like it's going to be the chat stream. So, I like you to kind of feel like you're here in the living room with me.
A little bit, especially if you've been in this living room.
Then you know where it's at. Yeah.
For about 20 minutes, when you're drinking, tired, and I don't kind of feel like you're here.
Right, exactly. That's the idea. Because, honestly, like, I've had it before where people like to hang out in my living room, and I have, 10 people hanging out in my living room, which is, like, fun, but then you got to clean up after that the next day. Hi, Dave Vinstra, how are you? It's totally rad, dude.
Tell him.
It's totally rad. That's kick-ass, man. I think streaming's totally kick-ass. I gotta take 5. I gotta hit the... Hey!
Had to do that. So I'm the maintenance guy that changes all the bulbs and the Christmas lights when needed, and keeps the heater working in the floorboards. Yes. Ketty doesn't really own a lot of things that need fixing, though. Oh.
Are you having fun there? Whoa! Thanks, Jessica Rabbit.
Sorry. Watching something else here. Oh, neat. I didn't know that Funny worked.
Yeah, Funny works, and yeah.
Now I've got 4 to talk
there's 4, yeah.
Barrage you with things to do.
I know, it's fun.
You should change every time you get back on the camera and have totally new outfits. Big loud glasses.
I totally could do it. Yeah, it'd be fun. I've got to do a bunch of laundry, but I do have a lot of costumes, But I gotta get motivated. I spend so much time doing this stuff. Dick's Donkey Dick. How are you, Dick's Donkey Dick?
I was shopping at Dick's.
We used to have a Dick's Donkey Dick here, but it closed down in '96. Yeah, but I remember the local Dick's Donkey Dick. But after the '80s, really the popularity of Donkey Dick faded.
It was kind of a fad.
Changed 4 times to freak out the tetraphobes. I hate change. I hate it. I can't stand change. Why are you changing? I'm all about sending the emojis and flying things. What other words can I use to send flying things? It's funny, cute, creative,
cool,
and cool. That's it. 4? That's it. Yeah, because it's like the PlayStation. There's 4 buttons. Yeah. Never put salt in your eyes. Never. Never put salt in your eyes.
Last time I put salt in my eyes. It hurt.
Julian, Scott Thompson was here last week. Scott Thompson did. I didn't get to go see it, but he did multiple shows here in town. He's doing stand-up comedy tour. So I thought that was cool. Gettle got to go see him, but I didn't go. How's it going, Wild Crimson? How are you, dude? How's things in your neck of the woods tonight, Wild Crimson?
Yeah,
I love catching up. She is spamming the. Hey, things are going good for Dave Vinstra. That's awesome. Good to hear. This is fun. I'm having a good time. This is fun. Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, they cut you off if you text too much. Put it too much in the text comments. They're like, oh, you need to let other people text. I'm like, what? Yeah. One of the other 20 people here?
I mean, if people wouldn't spam, then Wild Crimson, good, just tired. Hey, well, good to hear you're doing well. Kick back and relax. It's time for that. What was that? Badass, he's the best actor. In my humble opinion, favorite will always be Bruce.
I will totally spam the
spam
objects.
Spam. Give me a head with spam.
Spam.
Long, beautiful spam.
Spam.
Flowing and growing. Spam.
Go with my spam.
I'm not Spam Wild Christian. Crimson. Just enjoy interacting with the flying objects. I've noticed that it tells me to quit typing sometimes. Tells me yeah.
It's from the spam.
It's just, yeah.
And it takes like 30 seconds and you can type again.
It's just so people can't, like,
Yeah.
you know.
It's because you're a winner. They're jealous.
Right. That's just how it is. There's got to be some rules, or it wouldn't be a game, right?
There seems to be there we go. There's one position I can hold my head and not
and not have glare
on my eyes.
I know, it's kind of funny, but see, without my glasses, I couldn't read the comments.
Without my glasses, I look like
I'd have to be like here.
Hey, it's a running gag now. I'm it's gonna be a thing.
I'd have to be like that close and like
tonight, but
squinting all the time. Potsy Weber.
What's your favorite way to eat spam?
Fried.
Well, yeah. Thin slice.
Thin slice. Yeah. God Loves Uganda is the Tony Hawk of Jesus camps. I'll take your word for that. I would say.
Afraid it was going to be cold. It was cold outside.
That's terrific.
So I wore long sleeves.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, but it's not really. It's a little toasty in here.
And this shirt's the same color as that shirt, so it's not going to make any difference.
Jessica Rabbit, you are a winner. You are a big winner. Big ups to you, Jessica Rabbit. You're winning.
Whoa.
What the heck? God Loves Uganda. I haven't seen God Loves Uganda, but I mean, that really just sounds like an accurate statement. I'm not going to parlay you on that one, Julian Eaton. Oh, you're honking. You're honking.
Well, that's, yeah. I guess I could just watch my texts come in instead of hear them.
Oh, right.
Everything on my phone is different car noises.
Oh, that's why it's a Wooga for, yeah. You have the old Wooga horn.
The old card horn. And then the jalopy horn there for texts.
I see. There's a method. You got a thing going on.
I can hear them when I'm working.
You had salmon bacon? Dude, I've never had that. That's good, huh? I've had beef bacon. I like beef bacon. Beef bacon's really not bad. I don't prefer it.
So
cheers to you, Dave. I don't think I have any beers. Dude, I bought a 6-pack of BRL and a pack of American Spirits last night, and it was like $12 for a 6-pack of beer and a pack of smokes. It was spectacular. Man, I'm gonna have to try that. Where did you get that? Was that like at a certain restaurant or something down there? Or did you like buy it at the store and fry it up at home? That's what I want to know.
Trying to get used to a new
Trader Joe's. You got it at Trader Joe's, huh? What I've always wanted to know, if this Joe is such a Benedict Arnold, why is everybody rushing out to shop there, huh? I mean, come on, am I right? Give me a break. The prices, it's the prices. They don't care that he's a traitor. Doesn't matter. Joe was tried under the Espionage Act. Doesn't matter. The American people, they see the prices. They don't care. They don't give a damn that Joe's has to live in exile. Interdimensional Technicolor, yes. we're in interdimensional Technicolor. That's what causes the random pixelization and fun quirks that you experience on YouTube. I really started doing this because it was so hard for me. No, it's not wireless. I'm hard plugged.
I didn't know if maybe I could use the hotspot on my new fancy phone to get a better connection.
No, that wouldn't even.
No.
Yeah.
You'd probably use a ton of bandwidth too.
Hi, Jessica. Let's get naked. You can do what you want. I can't see you guys.
Naked texting's the same as dressed texting.
It's all the same here. Yeah. As Orville said to Wilbur, you're right.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, man. I like
I was thinking about spending my whole life in the woods. Yeah, quietly meditating, but I didn't want to throw my life away.
Oh, man. That's rich.
Yeah.
That's rich. You've never been to a Trader Joe's? When I lived in Seattle, that was my favorite store. Because it was the closest. It was cheap. They don't have everything at Trader Joe's, but what they do have is cheap. Throw my life away.
Yeah.
He didn't want to throw his life away. Out there by the puddle. Just hanging out by the puddle. Mike Johnson, you've never been to a Trader Joe's either? Why not? What the heck? Trader Joe's is great. We don't have one here, but I like it. If you love nature, stay away from it. I'm gonna agree with that. Never the twain shall meet. I read Into the Wild. I know what you're talking about. Don't think you can fuck with that. It'll get you. It'll consume you.
Wow.
Right?
Too many options on this thing. Like, I can't even
You just got that phone,
I can't even
huh?
send a text without it being like, would you like to send that?
Here's my fancy
Comic
new
Sans?
phone.
And I'm like, oh, just want to send it.
I hate this phone, man. It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's a
really,
piece of junk.
If you're
man.
going to go from a brick phone, go to another solid phone. I
can't.
know touchscreen's a pain in the butt, but at least you got a full keyboard.
I can't deal with the.
It's that full
fuck
keyboard
that.
that I like.
I don't want the full keyboard either. I like to do it on the number pad. I like to text on the number pad.
Yeah.
I've got it. I've got the muscle memory for texting on
come across
the
a word
number
that
pad.
needs to hit each letter 3 times to get to the
Well,
right
it's
letter.
also a good excuse to not have to send complicated text to people.
Well, complicated texts are for chumps.
I mean, I don't like to.
Complicated.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not gonna go through full discourse through
If
text.
it's not a yes or no question, call me.
Yeah, I can't do that much texting. So, it's like.
What are your thoughts on the current world situation?
Yeah, like.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm too verbal for it. See, yeah, I prefer.
It's not new.
I prefer
it's not
it.
new gear. It's new to me. Got a new phone.
It's better to me. Having a whole keyboard and using both my thumbs seems stupid to me. Like a little tiny keyboard, I couldn't deal with that. I can't even see it up close. So.
Well, when you don't have time to return a text, you just want to get it the hell over with.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it wouldn't be like that for me. If I was trying to use something with a touch screen, it would be it would take me forever to do it. It sucks for me. I can't see it, dude.
I can only imagine trying to talk someone through a breakdown on the side of the road without a full keyboard.
Yeah, I can't imagine typing on the. I can't imagine typing on the full key. Trying to do that on a phone.
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody does it. That's just so obnoxious. Yeah, I do it faster with the thumb on the T9. But see, it's gotta be this kind of phone.
That's times, and it lasted until just the other morning.
This thing's a piece of junk. The T9 on this thing sucks. Bummer. It's a bummer. But I've got to like order one of these on Amazon or something. They don't make them anymore. So, you know, and it's because this is a good product, this is a shit product. That's why they only make the shit product. They want you to have the shit product that breaks. Whatever. But I can't mess with a smartphone, man. That's just too obnoxious.
They sell you a smartphone, and you know, 2 years later, it can't even. They don't even support it. You know.
Yeah, that's like, the thing. They tried to sell me.
You can't do anything with it now.
They tried to sell me a $40 smartphone.
I hope your subscription's up and you're ready for an upgrade because you can't do anything now.
I was like, what kind of smartphone I'm gonna get for $40? Plus, I've been subscribing. I've had your service
for 99 cents.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
99 cents. It talked me.
Yeah. See, they've never offered me any sort of thing like that. And even if they did, I really just wouldn't want the smartphone. Like, I just think it's so obnoxious. Like, they're really obnoxious. Like, I when I have to use the tablet, I hate it. I like the laptop, but I hate the interface on the tablet.
I can't stand a laptop keyboard. I gotta like have a keyboard attached to my laptop to type.
Oh,
because it's all lined up.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't work.
Right.
It's like trying to play piano and black keys are between the white ones. You ever, like...
Right. Did you ever... I've never watched that one. I've seen it on the... And I've watched most of his, but I've never watched that one. The one I really like is Wings of Hope. Wings of Hope is about this German woman who the plane gets hit by lightning, and she falls out of the plane and like through the canopy of the Peruvian jungle, and she wakes up and she's still like in her seat.
Yeah.
And she's alive. And she's busted up pretty good, but she like makes her way out of the jungle. That movie's awesome. It's incredible. But no, I haven't watched the one about texting and driving. It's just too sad for me. I just can't. I just can't deal with it. I'm like, I don't even want to see that. It's so senseless. Like, it can wait. It can all wait. Like, two things I can say is that, like, I'm never in a hurry and I'm never late. So what's that, Going to garage, getting my... What does everyone think about Silent Hill? I don't know what Silent Hill is.
It's a zombie game, isn't it?
I don't think I've played that.
I'm pretty sure. He'll answer here in a little while.
I might be going for a bit, going to garage to getting my cat's pet house, and back up on my porch. See you in a bit if you're still on. Cool, see you in a bit, Jess.
You might. I'm getting tired.
Maybe you need a Dick Tracy smartwatchy thing. Yeah, nah, I just need him to, like, make my phone. I just need him to make my phone that I've had for the last 15 years.
I saw a new band they have that you can use on any watch. It runs through Bluetooth through your phone, and you can actually stick your thumb in your ear, and it'll run your audio from your phone conversation.
Are you kidding me?
Into your ear.
What?
Pick up the vibrations out of your pinky. I'm not kidding you. I'm serious. And they'd be like, hello?
Dude, that's bonkers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's bonkers,
and you can put it on a
dude.
smartphone. It's just the band of the watch.
Oh, my God.
So you can have, like, $15,000 worth of bling on your wrist, and it just looks stupid as hell.
Wow.
But you can go, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm like, what? I see people, like, wearing those Apple Watches and stuff. I'm like, what?
They
what
did
is
have
going on?
a phone that looked like a bracelet, and you turn your your wrist over, and it would project the touchscreen onto your wrist and sense where you broke the light beam with your finger.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you could dial the phone and all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It just like, I'm like, you know, there's so much trouble getting the simplest things to operate. When it's like this complex ass system, I'm like, how is that supposed to be like reliable to like operate all the time?
I
Like,
thought Blade Runner was fiction, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Next thing you know, they'll have like the eye tooth. You like have this gold tooth that does all your thinking for you.
Right? Yeah.
Smart tooth.
The eye ring. I will check out those games. Those are zombie style games. I've never heard of them. What are those about? The eye ring. Yeah, it's just going to get smaller and smaller until you can't even see.
They had glasses. They had the smart jacket. All the electronics were hidden in the seams.
Right?
I hate to leave that behind.
Yeah, Skocum Trooper. They have Pride Weekend in Guam. They have Pride Weekend everywhere. It's Pride Weekend everywhere. Happy Pride Weekend, Skocum Trooper. I want a gold Bluetooth. That'd be pretty pimp.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would be blue
that would
instead
be
of gold. And people would know that you spent $20,000 on one tooth.
Dude, that'd be bad. Yeah, there you go. You'd
be seeing people with grills and freaking bridges and stuff that had people with like gold teeth painting them blue, trying to look cooler.
Look it up. It's got more of demons. Cool. I'll check it out.
That's the
game. I forget actually.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Cool. I will check it out. It's got a cool title.
It's a sequel to Loud Hill.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yeah.
One?
Why didn't you say so?
And then everybody dies.
Shit.
And it's silent.
Shit.
Zombies.
More demons. I have been playing Killing Floor 2. I like Killing Floor 2 a whole lot. But you can only play that for a little bit at a time. Sometimes Killing Floor 2 like makes me a little nauseous. It's got like intense heavy metal music and stuff. It's like you're just blasting zombies and like goos going everywhere.
What was that game that just reminded me of? Smash TV.
It's exactly like Smash TV because it's just waves of it's just waves of like Zeds coming at you, and they're all different. Like there's big ones and little ones, and like yeah, they all swarm in different ways. You make me think of the main guy from We Are in the Army. Oh, you mean Pauly Shore? In the army now? Is that who you mean? I don't know what you mean. Boy, I've drank too much coffee tonight.
Is there any more?
I can make some for you.
Oh, I don't want to make coffee for me.
There might be a little in the. Go look.
I'll go look.
Each Silent Hill has its own story. Interesting. Yeah, I've never even heard of those games. I should really know more about video games. The guy who had curly hair. I think you may be thinking of Pauly Shore. Do you think Sesame Street should introduce a zombie character who teaches kids to share plot space? I mean, it's going to be a good skill to have in the 21st century. We're going to start running out of space here, aren't we?
No, they should invent a Sesame Street character.
There's a little bit of milk in the fridge, too, if you want some.
There's
Cool.
Should make a Sesame Street character that, doesn't care about other people's strife and wants to take away the health care.
Right. Right? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I mean, they want to represent all these different types of people. There are definitely types of people you don't see on Sesame Street.
Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very true. Wild Crimson, I do not have Resident Evil 6. I watched people play it, but I've never been into the Resident Evil series. I've never really played them, so I guess if you're a fan of the series, it's more of a thing, but I never liked Resident Evil, I'll be honest. As a game, I never really got into it. The first game, it was the first game on the original PlayStation, on the PlayStation 1, that kind of, because it was like always just that load screen with the door opening, you know? And I was like, man, this game's not a lot of fun. It's just you're in that load screen with the door opening all the time. So I never really got into that series. I'm a Battlefield player, for sure. Pence is a genius. He gets to be in the 101st percentile. Well, at least he gets something.
I am the other 100%.
At the State Street pub where I went last night, they have a Fuck Mike Pence hamburger. Mm-hmm. So I got it. It had bacon and blue cheese and jelly and a fried egg on the burger. It was awesome. I loved Silent Hill. I've never even heard of Silent Hill. I don't know Silent Hill. It's new shit for me, but I'll check it out for sure. Sounds like a good one. What's up, Tara? How you doing, Tara Agent 88? You like Outlast too? I've heard Outlast is a good game, but I've never played those either. I play Battlefield, and I used to play a lot of Borderlands, and I used to play a lot of GTA. But lately anymore, I've been playing Battlefield and Killing Floor because that's what my friends have, so it's fun for me to get online and network up, and you know, Battlefield's like fast pace, and so I love it. I love it. It took me a while. It took me a while to like get the hang of Battlefield. I was like a COD transplant player, so play Silent Hill before any other Silent Hill. What system is that on? What system would that be on? Is that on PlayStation 3 or is that on PlayStation 4? The games fuck with your head. Man, I used to love Doom. I loved playing Doom 95 and solving the puzzles. Oh, it's on PS1. See, I actually never even had a PlayStation 1 myself.
No kidding.
Yeah, I never had a PlayStation 1. You did?
So many great.
I remember going over there and playing Parappa the Rappa and Cool Borders and
Cool
shit.
Borders.
Yeah, dude.
Cool Borders too.
And I remember playing that demo for the Tony Hawk game over.
Yeah.
We loved that demo for Tony Hawk. And I guess my brother had a PlayStation. But by the time the PlayStation came out, I was like just getting out of high school and stuff, and console systems and shit were like not what was important to me. Definitely.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to buy a card so I can get some games. I've got the Super Nintendo Star Wars on here. That's pretty fun. That's a good blaster.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I've got that Super Nintendo Star Wars.
They make a better Nintendo?
See, I never had Super Nintendo either. I was a Sega Genesis person.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But then Julian Eaton was
Super Nintendo
was
for
the
Genesis though for the game, the content.
Julian Eaton was the guy who had like he had the TurboGrafx 16 and he had the Atari Jaguar. He like only had the one-off systems. It was awesome.
That's awesome though. But yeah, the Jaguar actually had some great games.
The Jaguar was like
I'm surprised it didn't take off.
The Jaguar was like
3 buttons.
It was like it had more graphics power at the time. Like it technically like looked better than the Genesis or the Super Nintendo.
I think the
but
reason
yeah,
the
it didn't
PlayStation
really take
1
off.
did so well is during that period of time it only had L and R buttons. It didn't have L1 and L2, I don't believe. PlayStation 1.
I should stream my first playthrough of Silent Hill. Yeah, you know what? You know what game I'm going to stream is Blood Bowl. Maybe Dave will come over here.
No,
I've got a couple
football game that every play has to start with.
Dude, check this out. It's not real football. It's like Blood Bowl has like so little to do with actual football.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, you're just like orcs and smashing each other up. It's ridiculous. It's like not football. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, it looks good.
Because it's English, so it's like it's loosely based around the game of football, but it's really just like a tactical battle game.
It's based on their point of view on what football looks like.
Yeah, it's like who cares what the rules are to fucking football, American football, right? Like there's no interest in that.
Well, there's football and then there's football.
Mm-hmm.
You pronounce it with the actual 2 O's.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The PS4 VR Pro is coming out. Yeah, you know, I'm like I feel like I'm gonna wait on VR until it's like really good. Once the VR's like a little more mainstream and it's really good, then I'll. But I don't want to spend a bunch of money to get like, you know, it'd be cool to try it out.
I'd like VR that doesn't feel like it's small enough, it's just light enough, projecting into the inside of the lenses. You can watch the TV and it all matches up, and when you look away from the TV, you've got this overlay of the game. Now when it gets that good, I'll be into it. Because you can't see the real world around you at all.
Right.
You're going to get what the hell is it?
Disoriented.
There you go.
PS5 will be mostly VR, huh? Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Well, I'm excited.
It's not the Virtual Boy.
I'm excited. Oh, the Virtual Boy, yeah.
Virtual Boy.
Give you a headache.
VR, all right.
Oh, it was that weird red monochrome.
15 pounds of monochromatic VR.
I feel like I knew somebody that had that, too. I remember playing the Virtual Boy and being like, this is freaking weird.
I checked it out at one of those festivals,
right.
Ham festival back then. Ham radio operators
really
started these festivals that have turned into these conferences.
Like tech,
exactly. These things that are now big computerized things were actually ham radio operators starting these like little trade order events.
Cool.
Yeah. And I remember checking one of those out at one of those. You can get really, really cheap pirated content back then.
Oh, right. Maybe I remember like testing the display models at like stores.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have come out in the 90s sometime. The same guy who invented the Virtual Boy also like worked on Kid Icarus and Metroid and stuff like that. Like, and then it was the Virtual Boy, and it was kind of ended his career there. Yeah, man. VR is something that, like, I'm gonna definitely investigate, but, like, you know, I don't know, man. I'm a little wary, definitely. If I have my headset on, and I'm like totally immersed. Oh, check this out. Check out what this headset does. This is weird. Yeah, look at that.
Cyborg.
Those are my ears. If I'm like totally immersed, I have the headset on and everything, like it gets me in the ear. and I get dizzy and stuff sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely take VR like a step at a time. You know.
And what is it?
I don't want it to spam out my brain
In
with
game
VR.
theory, what does it allow you? It allows you to aim at something you're not looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I
you're
don't
still
know.
pointing this way and you turn your head this way. Big
Yeah,
deal.
I'm not sure.
And then in the games we've got now, you look that way and you're just pointing your gun that way.
I get pretty immersed
or
as it is.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't know how immersed I'd get with they'd have to have it real lightweight and comfortable.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm kind of like saving on it until it's really good, you know. When it's really good, then I'll want to do it.
Now, people with epilepsy actually have a lot of trouble with just flashing lights in general, strobe lights, the red green, interchanging back and forth between red and green. But what I was thinking was more of, you know, like I said, like a shadowed outline of what's going on in the game, still projected in your glasses, and it all lines up with what you're looking at on the TV when you're looking at the TV, so you can be. So yeah, like peripheral vision, pretty much. That would help more than VR, in my opinion.
Right.
Being able to see just a little more, like what you could see in real life, is not square and like this in front of you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Viewmasters.
I know. I love those Viewmasters.
They were 3D. Viewmasters were 3D. There were two pictures. And
yes.
And they were 3D.
It operated the same concept as this Sony camera, yeah.
Yep. If you check out a Viewmaster, like now, an old one, you'd be very impressed with, and it was usually Disney. They would do the 3D ones, but some of them were very well, like the art was good and well put together.
You know, like the other thing we can do with this is, you know, this has chroma key. You know, I could put a green screen behind me and totally green screen all that out and have chroma key on here.
We could be in the Bahamas or
Guam. We could chroma key this.
We could be outside.
The PlayStation has it, which is cool. I mean, I went to where you had to have like an Amiga to do anything to now I've got a console system that has chroma key. You know? I remember back then being like, "You have an Amiga?
Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
I remember
what you can do with that thing? Yeah. But if you were in a media stuff, it had Video Toaster.
Oh, and when it was new, it was better than a Commodore.
Oh yeah.
Because the Amiga had a lot. The Commodore you could still get in and do your programming, but the Amiga was farther from a word processor, closer to a PC.
Video games can affect your brain. The whole thing can affect your brain.
People with epilepsy.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of redundant because like you know the whole immersive experience could affect your brain whether you have epilepsy or not.
As long as each eye is receiving at least 60 frames per second, the epilepsy doesn't have too much trouble. I mean, I've known people with epilepsy.
It all depends. Everybody's different. Everybody's brain is wired differently. So
with certain video games that have flashes every time you, like the old light gun, the NES. Could make epileptics even just sit down. You know, just mess with their heads, or even have them.
But I mean,
space out.
You could be just anybody, and something could happen, and it could trigger something in your brain.
I never knew how I would be affected by watching brain surgery until I almost passed out.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool.
Right.
Why have I got tunnel vision? I had no idea.
Dude, the first time I ever played.
Hey, what's going on to the right of this? More porn. Right on.
The first time I ever like played Call of Duty, like it was traumatic for me, and then I had like PTSD dreams that night because it like scared the shit out of me. Man, it actually scared me. Yeah, did you guys have an Amiga, Julian? Amiga did have some dope games, but I never got to have one. I had the C64.
The best thing I liked about... I had both. I had both the Amiga and the C64. And the Amiga and C64 both could load from a floppy or a diskette and offered cartridges. So you didn't have to load things up and run them.
Oh,
but
right.
The Amiga definitely had a better selection of cartridge games.
Oh, I'll bet.
For it.
I remember having cartridge
And some
games.
of the cartridge games weren't games; they were word processor, or
That's right. That's
like,
right.
Here's your program.
Mm-hmm.
Keep tax program.
Right.
Kept on a cartridge.
It had no internal memory. If you wanted to, any memory had to be external. It was on a disk drive, or like when it was really old, it was like on a magnetic tape deck that you had.
I remember the tapes.
Remember the tapes? Yeah.
I had tapes, and you couldn't turn it over either.
Right. You just load it in. Yeah. It was more like
tape.
That's how like I've got a 4-track recorder in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the 4-track recorder works.
Oh,
you do 2 tracks at a time on the.
So if you put it in a regular tape player, it's only going to play 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And then you turn it over, it plays the other 2 tracks backwards.
Yeah. Exactly. Sweet. Exactly. So
That's
it's
cool.
fun. Yeah.
So you could do a lot with that.
Oh, you can make it like. You can do whatever you want with a 4-track if you know what you're doing. Yeah. That's all you really need to do music recording is a 4-track tape player. I used to use them all the time. I was pretty good with it, but it's been a while. I'm rusty.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here imagining virtual reality porn. You'd be like, I guess you'd be the person administering the deed in this virtual reality porn, and then you could turn your head and see the neighbors spying on you through the window or something.
Right.
Like, whoa, this is sweet.
Yeah, I mean,
is it night or day?
I watched Conan O'Brien trying out VR, and that was all he wanted to do. He was like, "When do I get to have sex on this thing?"
Jeez.
I know. I was like, "Thanks, Conan O'Brien."
Brainstorm, where you get it's not VR.
Dude,
VR
Brainstorm
now.
was awesome.
Yeah, Brainstorm was pretty awesome. I love that movie.
Right? I've got it.
It's not the same as
it is.
Brainstormers. If you accidentally rent Brainstormers,
Here, there. Show them. I got big box Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. And the tape on that thing was like big, thick, wide tape with like 8 tracks.
Show them that one. I got big box Poltergeist.
Ooh.
I know.
They're here. They're here. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Yeah, before Young Guns.
Oh man, is that Chris Christopherson? Heck yeah! It looked like him in that Wanted poster. Actor, songwriter, poet, Chris Christopherson. There ain't no stopping Chris Christopherson. Starfleet was the best. Starfleet was the best, or will be the best. Think about the timeline. Just saying.
Just saying is all.
I almost wore a hat tonight.
Oh, you did?
But I had a haircut not too long ago.
Your haircut looks good.
It was my dad cut my hair, and he was a big Patsy Weber fan.
Oh, your dad cut your hair, huh? That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And when I was done, I went to the bathroom and went, hey.
Hey.
That's all I really remember from that show.
Right? I remember when I was a kid thinking...
it turned out that Joni didn't really love Chachi. And the mom, Marion.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
She was a natural redhead.
Right. Right.
There you go.
The actress that played Joni just passed away, and she lived here in Indiana.
Yeah. She looked like she lived in Indiana.
Yeah.
She looked like she lived kind of hard in Indiana.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't know that she lived in Indiana. Charles Schultz lived in Indiana.
Oh, right, yeah.
And a few of them big namers. It's the crossroads of America. You might get stuck here.
It's to make you buy gas. It's all a
Let's
trick.
go to Indiana and buy gas.
Let's go to Indiana and buy
I
gas.
go to Kentucky to buy gas. It's like 20%
Right.
cheaper there.
Right? Well, that's why the interstate always only just went east-west through. So you had to loop around Indianapolis and buy gas.
Yeah.
That's why I-70, that's why it's like,
Yeah.
it's silly. Gotta buy gas, you're going through here.
I find I have a very fuel efficient car.
Uh-huh.
So on trips, it actually pays to get off the interstate
Uh-huh.
and drive to the other side of town, whatever town that is.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And
you
you'll
get the
get
cheap
cheaper gas.
gas.
You get
Yeah.
10-15 cents
Right.
cheaper because
Right.
they're selling to the locals, and the people by the highway, they're like,
Right.
"You're gonna buy it."
Right.
And it's different competition.
Smart. That's smart, dude.
It's just a few, mile or two.
Yeah.
That's why those fancy phone apps, they pay off. You
Uh-huh.
get cheaper gas if I don't have that one.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I just can't do the touchscreen shit, man.
Ooh,
I don't know.
touchscreen porn.
I don't know what it is about it, but like
go there, huh?
touchscreen just doesn't really work for me. Like I'll be like, okay, and it like flips back and I'm just bumbling around. Like shit doesn't make any sense to me. I just have the hardest time with it.
There's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah.
And that stuff's got to flash when you touch it. Because if it doesn't flash when you touch it, you don't even know if it picked it up.
Yeah.
Or you got a phone call and it's still ringing and you're going, I'm swiping.
I don't want to have to do that to pick up a fucking phone call.
That is frustrating.
Fuck
So
that.
you push this
like,
button and hang up on them. Send them a text.
Right. Like,
I'll call you back.
I want a real button to press.
There's one. There's actually 4.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Volume up and down.
Yeah.
Turn the thing off and turn it on.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I know. And
I just can't.
I felt the same way.
I don't want to
until
have
someone
my
offered me one for 99 cents.
Right. Definitely.
I had to change my phone number, get different business cards. It was not.
Oh my
it
God.
cost me more than 99 cents. Let me
Right.
Perfect.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like I've had the same phone number forever. Like.
Yeah. They couldn't port my phone number to the new phone.
Right. Bummer.
Can everyone out there hear me when I'm mumbling real low like this?
They can. They can hear it.
Where's Pocky? Haven't seen her.
She's sleeping in one of the rooms that's hotter than this. She likes it. She likes the rooms that the air conditioning doesn't get all the way to.
You go in the back room and sit up on top of a bookcase or somewhere where it's got all that trapped hot from the day.
That's what she likes.
Yeah.
Hot,
like.
stuffy little space for a cat to sleep in.
I know what cats like. I know what cats want. I know what cats like. Cats like. Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, I'm back. So sad my kitty's outside now. He's been hanging out on my moron porch. So wanted to bring his cat house up here. Hey, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. He just wants to be close and know that you're there. I mean, my cat just ignores me.
Oh my God. How many cats did I have for a while there, remember? I used to talk about it all the time.
You had like 6 or something?
No. It was in the double digits.
Oh, really?
We had like 12 cats.
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. I'm trying to remember all of them.
I had a port phone nightmare. T-Mobile fucked me out of my dad's old number.
Yeah.
I remember you texting me from that number. But then I had a hard time keeping track of like what numbers to like. What number was yours? It got confusing there for a while. Oh, that is sad, Jess. That is sad. He just wants to spend some time with you two.
You should give him his own stream. Talk to him on the.
Oh, the cat? Yeah, you could have cat stream. That can be your stream. You could have cat stream. People would watch it. People watch those streams that are like
the problem is
eagles
and with having. God, I'd like to say 12. There were a lot of cats. And my wife, she took in a lot of stray cats, and that wasn't the most she'd had there. But they had the run of the house for the most part, and definitely the run of the garage for a few years later. And I'm a independent mechanic, and so I'm sweeping up and mopping and cleaning every morning. But when you get up, go get a tool, lay back down under a car, and find something they left for you, it gets a little frustrating.
That's a bummer. Yeah,
that many cats. There was no
a bummer.
Territory.
You can't. They're gonna do what
exactly.
they want. Yeah.
Everywhere was territory.
You're living in a cat colony. Yeah.
They weren't feral. They were
right.
Good cats.
But it's their colony.
Yeah, that would be so
it's
cool.
Their colony.
Especially if you could like train the cat to like just step on different buttons that made different things happen.
You did used to feed all the neighborhood strays. I remember that.
Yeah.
Basically, unlimited only applies to gringo customers, and I was cut off for no shit. They cut you off for living in Mexico? That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, because he lived in Mexico, they told him he couldn't have the phone anymore.
Oh, so he had to switch to T-Mobile? And then
well, it was his dad's phone from the U.S., and then he had the phone, but see, he got fucked on the port because...
Right.
Yeah. Because he lives in Mexico. Shitty, dude.
There would have been. He'd had to have someone back in the States doing the bill for him, and he could have kept it going. But that's a lot of work.
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah,
it's a lot of red tape.
Yeah, that's too much. That's shit that they did that to you, just because what side of the border you live on. What does it fucking matter? It's awesome. You're a mechanic, Dave. Hard work. Takes a lot of talent too. I don't know shit about mechanical stuff. Yeah. Well, most people don't. That's why there's Dave.
If you make it to 21 years old and you haven't learned how to turn reciprocating motion into rotary motion, just leave it to someone else.
Probably not gonna. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Well, everybody's got a different understanding of the world, and that's what makes the world go round, right?
Well, everything's just like a computer is basically a bunch of diodes saying, will I let current pass through? Well, let me check. Well, I got current here. Yes, you can have current passing through. Mm-hmm. And you've got billions of them making these computers. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the simple machines, the ramp, the fulcrum,
Right, right.
It's just everything is a myriad of putting these simple machines together into something more complicated.
Exactly. That's where it gets tough. The world does need people like Dave, because without people like Dave, nothing would get done. Definitely. So I'm gonna fully endorse that statement.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I did notice that I actually, for a second, I even felt bad. I felt like, oh my goodness, I've got these people like. It's like a racket. They got these cars, and they're getting old, and they bought it for all the money they had.
And now it doesn't work.
And it's still an old car.
So
now they've got this old car. They want to keep it moving because they spent all their money on it, and so for a couple $100, I can keep it going. Sometimes, sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. But get these things working. But they can't afford to take it to a mechanic with a big shop and a waiting room with coffee and
sure.
And there have been times where I've told people, like, look, if you need it worked on this week, you're gonna have to take it to a shop, and they're like, well, then I'm gonna have to wait a week, you know.
Right, because they
And
can't afford to
I'm like,
do
oh, man,
that. Yeah.
what would happen if I moved to Illinois? You know, what would happen?
Right. They'd be screwed. They'd be dead in the water
Yeah.
without you. So yeah, it's not a racket. They need you.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they're depending on you.
Well,
Definitely.
I don't live like a king, but I can keep the bills paid, so I just keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Dude, it's the thing to do. Fixing cars and mowing lawns and fighting around the world.
Around the world.
That's what Dave does all summer. You know, everybody's got their own thing to do in life, you know. Jessica, you saw me when I got off of work last night. I was definitely having a good time at work, you know. So everybody does something different.
Yeah, Jessica, I've had multiple, at least, we're in the double digits just last year, of people that brought me problems that they said were not, like, I've been to 3 mechanics and they fix something, they'll charge me for something, but it doesn't fix the problem. And it's just blatantly obvious to me, and within $100 or something, I've got them totally taken care of, and their noise is gone or their problem's gone. And it just blows my mind what some of these. His roommate had a car, went in to get a repair done. They botched the way they put it together, and it leaked.
There was
oil
slime.
Profusely.
Yeah.
Just all over, smoke and coming out of the hood.
Under the hood of that
my
Saab?
gosh, I opened
Yeah.
the thing up. I took pictures of how bad they did that job.
It was like
Charged them
graphite shit,
$250.
wasn't it? It was like that sticky graphite stuff.
It was room temperature vulcanizing silicone.
Oh, it was gross, man. I
And
was
it was
like,
all over the camshaft. I'm like, you don't.
yeah, I was
Sorry,
like, why
let me
is
get
this
technical
stuff?
for a second.
Why is this stuff like all over the outside of the car engine? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They
Like,
had a grounding strap in between the sealing surfaces, propping it open so oil was just spilling out.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I knew that was a bad thing.
That's actually why I got into automotive repair instead of some other type. I always knew I'd do something with my hands or do some type of mechanical stuff, but got an automotive repair because I got tired of people ripping me off, and you know,
Yeah.
or just not knowing. Is he ripping me off?
Well, you saw the nasty side of the business, and you were like, I don't want this to be like this. Like, people shouldn't have to deal with this. So you kind of did it as a nice thing to do for other people, you know.
Well, I did it. I owned a 1985 Yugo. So there is definitely a need for knowing how to work on a vehicle if you're going to drive a Yugo all year.
I think this is for you to field also, Dave. Would it have been possible to turn Andy's ice cream truck into a convertible?
Well, yeah.
Remember that step van?
That's just the body. That's just the shell.
Actually, that step van is still running, and I see
from time to time.
I see it driving around town. Yeah, the person who has it still drives it. So that thing's been on the road since the 90s at least. I mean, that thing's probably been on the road since the 70s. It's still running. It was a coffee truck. It was a John Conte coffee truck.
Well,
that step van. It had an awesome stereo system in it too.
About brakes, it can be complicated because if I've had brake jobs that cost $100 on an axle because it just needed pads and the rotors turned, and I've had people that insist on just changing the pads and it's like $35, you know. But then I've had cars that I don't know why, it doesn't have the braking capabilities it used to, and then I get in there and everything's rusted and froze up, nothing's moving right, calipers aren't working right, this and that's leaking, and it turns into the parts costing $500, and then after replacing all those parts, you got to charge them $800, $850 for both rear and front, brakes, a brake line, and 4 calipers, 4 rotors, all the pads. I mean, I can't control the price of the parts.
Right, them's the brakes.
So
as they
I
say.
definitely charged people $450, and it was their brakes I was working on. But sometimes you need to. Just depends on what they're doing. If they're just changing the rotors and changing the pads, and it's running over $250, you better be driving a Mercedes or something because those parts shouldn't cost that much.
You know, that's. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
The Yugo was awesome. There were multiple Yugos, and they were awesome.
You're at their mercy.
I can attest to those Yugos being awesome.
Like 6 inches of brake line, we have to replace it, and it cost $800. And you're like, what? And it turns out, yeah, they had to remove the freaking engine or the gas tank to get to the 6 inches of brake line that needed replaced.
Right. So
you're at their mercy. You gotta take their word for it. They won't let you into the shop and show you.
Right.
That stinks.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't,
I haven't had to deal with that in a long time.
If it weren't for owning the Yugo, where would you be now? You wouldn't.
Oh, I have no idea.
Exactly. I remember you having that LTD also, and like you showing me how to do the tune-up on the LTD.
The LTD's when I started going to school for automotive repair.
How about turning your 15th and Jackson house into a mobile convertible? It'd be awesome to knock the top off this house. That apartment upstairs. Oh boy.
I've actually thought about making a convertible house. You know?
Yeah, like.
Well, it would, instead of like completely converting, you'd basically unzip the crest, ridge, in a way, like remove the ridge crest, that top piece, and it could hinge open at the top.
Right.
And point straight up and down instead of at each other, like instead of this, go into this position, and then stop, and then brace it so it stays open.
Yeah.
And mainly because that'd be a really cool sugar shack, so that all the steam
there
can
you
be
go.
released.
There you go.
Could vent it no matter, as much as you needed.
But
it would also make a really cool house, or top floor of a house.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it right with the excavation, like having a house that was like built into the side of a hill or something would be optimal for me. Like,
is there anyone living above you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Someone's currently living up there.
Yeah, somebody just moved in up there. It's really cheap. It's super cheap.
I'd like to answer this question with exclamation point.
Exclamation point, yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree. I concur.
Absolutely.
Old Greg. There's old Greg.
I saw young Greg earlier.
How you doing, old Greg? You remember the before times? you ever been to a club where people wee on each other? You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe?
Grown man naked, Tommy.
How about the hover component, like Heathcliff? Did Heathcliff? Did Heathcliff live in like a treehouse or something? I don't remember. I don't remember that cartoon. I remember liking it when I was a kid, but
I don't know if anyone else out there even knows of Top Cat.
Good to know. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, old Greg.
There's a cartoon called Top Cat, and it was a lot like Heathcliff without all the stunts and gadgets.
Thanks, Dick's Donkey Dick. Thanks for subbing, dude. Yay. Dude, I like it.
I gotta give us some bling for that.
Yeah, right?
Hey, you got any confetti?
Oh, yeah. Do I? No, I don't think I set up confetti.
You're out of confetti?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't do it.
Oh, man.
Because actually, my stream got interrupted before. I looked up earlier and I realized my counter wasn't going and my stream wasn't going, so I had to restart. Thanks, Dick Donkey Dicks. Thanks for subbing.
That's my last one.
That's it. I love it. Oh, see, what it does is it replays an older comment, and that's what happens there.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it gets confused. It must.
When comments something at the same time, it may print them at the same time because that's across all my spam I just did.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
I'll read that comment and then we'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I know it. I know which one it is. Yeah. I need to smoke so bad it's ridiculous.
Oh, she wanted to possibly move in upstairs.
Yeah, but somebody just moved in up there, so I think they they're going to be up there for the next year. Jeez, Jess. Jeez, Jess.
Me too. My cigarette's broken.
Here, you need that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I need one of them. Sorry, Jessica.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch us sit here smoking.
You got your own decisions to make in life, you know. Nobody can tell you what to do.
Go ahead with your own life. Leave
Me
me alone.
down, ba
I
down.
never said you had to watch me on an internet stream. I know I look like Potsy with no glasses. I don't think that's too mean.
No.
I still belong.
I still belong.
What was that song?
What was that song?
Okay.
Dude, I loved that show too when I was a kid, Bosom Buddies. I thought it was so funny.
Song pops into my head from time to time. I can't remember how it starts. The Last American Hero.
Oh, I know,
That's a great theme song. That theme song made that show.
Pretty much.
Like
because the show was pretty
I saw
crappy.
the intro and I was like, I'm gonna love this show, and then the show kind of let me down.
The show
and
sucks.
I tuned in next time.
Yeah, I did hear the theme song.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna love it this time. No, it's kind of Mork and Mindy-ish. Which Mork and Mindy was way more Mork and Mindy-ish. And
Yeah.
had better props for that.
Yeah, that show is just kind of cheeseball. The American Hero one. Would VR porn with Chitara count as a bestiality fetish?
Well, no, that's more of an alien fetish. Isn't she from another planet?
Chitara? I don't know.
Chitara is from another planet.
Is she?
Dimension, even.
I don't even know who Chitara is.
From Earth.
What's that from?
Chitara is Thundercats.
Oh, that's Thundercats.
Mowgli, Wily Kit, Wily Cat.
Chitara.
Mowgli. No, not Mowgli. Mowgli's from Jungle Book. Yeah. I can remember cartoon characters' names, but I can't remember my friends' names.
Right.
Like,
what is that?
Dan?
Who was it? Was it Dale? Was it
Jalen?
Who was it? Was it
the guy with the beard, but not the beard?
Chitara? I like the name. Sounds like a good cat named Chitara.
What was the Lion-O, of course?
This is the slowest cheetah ever.
And can you remember what was the guy with the?
I honestly never watched that show.
The blue one. He was like a little older. I can't remember.
I never watched that show at all.
The wise one.
Don't really remember.
I love the Thundercats, but it's been.
Right.
I'm not gonna mention how many years.
I liked Battle of the Planets.
Yeah.
Battle of the Planets was awesome.
I like Land of the Lost, but not the movie.
Anything Sandy Frank brought to the U.S., yeah.
But it was not Land of the Lost.
They made the Land of the Lost movie with, like, Will Ferrell and stuff?
Yeah. And it was funny because of Will Ferrell, but it wasn't Land of the Lost. Land of the Lost was, like, people holding up cardboard going, ah!
Right. Oh, yeah. No, anything that was, like, one of those Sid and Marty Krofft shows was like, bizarre and psychedelic. Jaga. Atari Jaguar. I want to see VR Atari Jaguar porn. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. VR Atari Jaguar porn. That's what I'm holding out for that.
Unbelievable. Can't believe it's this late.
What time is it?
It's like almost 1 a.m.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No probation for me. Yes. You are a good girl.
Hello.
Tuco. Paco's ugly face. How you doing? Hello, fine ladies and gentlemen. How are you tonight, Pacos? How are things in your neck of the woods? That's what I want to know. No, Jessica is a good girl. I can attest to that. Jessica Rabbit's a good girl. she's not out there getting into trouble, causing trouble, shooting her gun at street signs or whatever people do that cause trouble. VR porn, maybe the only.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think that's off limits, man. It's going fantastic. Good, sir. Thank you for asking. Good to hear, Paco's ugly face. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. Things are good here. I'll bet I could remote view you and your life and find out, Jessica. I would go right ahead. I don't think you're gonna find anything interesting.
I'm gonna meet you on the astral plane.
The astral plane.
For late at night. The astral plane.
For I go insane.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, not much going on there, really. So are you gentlemen regulars? I kind of am. I've been pretty regular about streaming. But this is my friend. This is my special guest for the night. Yeah.
I get out, but not on this couch.
He wanted to come out and do this for a little while.
Well, come visit Ketty.
And this is what I'm
and
doing.
If I'm going to go over to Ketty's, might as well go see Splinternut.
He had to put a shirt on, yeah.
Well,
you can't even remote view me. I don't have a PS4 or anything. Remote viewing's like a psychic phenomena anyways. I don't really think it's actually I don't actually really think it's real. It's psychic phenomena. It's not real, remote viewing. It's like in The Men Who Stare at Goats. That's like what it's like for movies and shit.
I have very short dreads.
Very short. Do you have dreads, chap? Yes, I do, man. This is my real hair. This is not a wig. Yeah, for sure, man. It just does this. That's how my hair grows when it gets long. I can't do anything about it. I come by it honestly. I can tell you that. Nobody's contesting you, Jessica Rabbit. There's schools which teach remote viewing, and they have government contracts because they take in budding remote viewers, so you really don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't know what I'm talking about.
200 characters. There you go.
I don't know. How long have you had dreads? Good lad. About this long.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I've had them about this long. I don't know. It's been some years. It took a couple years.
Earlier, but no.
It's not a wig. It's surreal. Yeah, I think that that conversation, remote viewing.
Belly looks big on this camera.
That's like saying light years away. I know. I knew you were asking time. I think it's been like maybe 3 or 4 years that I've been growing my hair. I don't think I've had a haircut in like 4 years, probably. So yeah, it gets long and it just starts doing this, and I can't do anything about it. It just wants to do this. You're a very easy person to read and watch. Think of it something like this: your life is an unprotected. I
can see your soul.
Boom a chicka rocka chicka boom.
Waffle. Soul waffle.
Oh.
Whoa, hurry.
Yeah. RV practitioners know how to shut themselves off from other remote viewers. I don't know what ownership of a recreational vehicle has anything to do with it. I don't know why people who are RV enthusiasts would be any different than anybody else in that aspect. In Technicolor, where available. Only where available, though. And in glorious mono sound, which I love. But you being a civilian, that's right. Just let your soul glow.
Just let it
shine on through. Just let your soul glow. In doubly. Yes, I think it'd sound better if we made the record in doubly. Did you hear that?
Indubitably, doubly. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, of course not.
You can't test your remote viewing or telepathy at places like site.org. I think I'd go straight to Russia for all that, man. I don't think I'd mess with that here. But I've seen Ghostbusters. I know what you're talking about. Remote viewing or psychic ability. But that's your opinion. That's everybody's opinion. Like, everybody's got their opinion, right?
Sorry, I was remote viewing some bacon. It looked good.
Well, yeah, that sounds good, man. Some bacon sounds good.
No.
Whether you believe it or not, Jessica, is of no consequence. Law, government use it all the time. It doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Like, just because you believe in something doesn't mean it's like it needs to be factual. Like, beliefs and facts are two different things. So everybody's got their opinion.
You gotta be a knower or a believer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. When you think about it, it doesn't matter. Well, what about flat earthers and breatharians? You know, I mean, it's not. It just doesn't. I guess if you want to believe it.
House in Mexico because I live on a hill. If it wasn't for the flat earth,
yeah,
right?
You can believe whatever you want. I guess is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. You can believe whatever you want, you know, but you can be right or you can be wrong. I'm impressed by the psychic abilities of TribeCalledCookie6.com. It's like right out of a David Lynch movie, man.
But also, you can't take my pessimism as a blow to your ego, because if someone says they got $5, they got to show it to me for me to believe them. You know,
I agree.
I don't believe much.
I agree, but should can keep us isolated. Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's fundamental disagreements that keep people isolated from one another. It's a problem. That's just between y'all. That has nothing to do with us, even. Oh, man. Dune. Desert planet. The spice. Oh, boy. Well, gang, this has been fun, but I think I'm gonna call it a night here. Oh. I've had a good time, but I think I've had it. It's time for me to chill out. So, I called a horse race yesterday just to prove to a few people it was real. Interesting. Simple test. Prove to me that the state of Alabama exists. Prove to me that the state of Alabama exists. Send me a psychic message that tells me the I don't know what to say to that. All right, you guys. I'm getting tired, so I'm peacing out. All right.
Good to meet y'all.
Good night. God bless. Fuck all the rest.